SpongeBob SquarePants might know that he's a cartoon character, or at the very least he knows he's being filmed. This theory begins in the episode No Free Rides. Now at first it seems like just one of those old episodes that has no secrets and stuff, but there's a fact we all overlooked. SpongeBob is driving a boat with Mrs. Puff by his side, and we hear the French narrator describing the situation. The boat gets close to the camera and eventually crashes right into it, physically showing the narrator fall to the ground.
But more importantly, this is the last test for the year. And if SpongeBob does not pass this one, it means another whole year of boarding school!
This small moment was a nice gag for the episode, but if you really think about it, then it may have greater importance. Think clearly. If you ran into a guy filming you, as you heard his voice describing your every action, then wouldn't you assume you're on TV or something like that? But this theory isn't based off this one moment. In fact, it's only the starting point. There are tons of instances in SpongeBob where the fourth wall is broken, and while it's common for TV, this show in particular has a huge amount. One of the big instances where SpongeBob knows he's being filmed is in the season 10 episode Mimic Madness. Basically, the plot of this episode is where he learns how to imitate a bunch of other creatures, so he does this for fun. There's a whole montage of different people he acts like, and one of those guys is the French narrator. Not only does this confirm SpongeBob is aware that a narrator is talking over his life, but he also knows the narrator's true appearance. This would make complete sense because when you're being followed around with a camera all the time, you'd probably see the face of the filmer eventually. He's a human and has to wear stuff to help him breathe underwater, but in Sandy's Tree Dome that definitely isn't the case. Another time where SpongeBob knows he's being watched by other people is seen in the first SpongeBob movie. You probably remember him getting ready in the morning because that was in the very beginning of the film, but at one point we see his butt and then he starts blushing, trying to hide it from the audience out of embarrassment. He knows for a fact that someone is watching him because if not, then he wouldn't have cared if his butt was visible. There's a terrible episode called Stuck in the Ringer, but it has more evidence for this theory. SpongeBob melts glue with tears and then he looks to the audience to tell them, I guess crying does solve your problems after all. These are just a few instances of where SpongeBob knows he's being filmed, but it's time to expand this theory. I believe that he isn't the only one who's aware of his cartoony existence, and several other characters are also in on it. In the episode Missing Identity, SpongeBob is trying to retrace his steps because he lost his name tag. One of the steps he keeps repeating is greeting Patrick outside near his house. Patrick says exactly this. Hi, SpongeBob. SpongeBob? I said, haha, who's SpongeBob? Haha, I said SpongeBob. Again, okay, sorry people. The key words here are sorry people because that implies Patrick knows he is being watched. If you make a mistake in front of a large audience, you're probably gonna apologize. In Wet Painters, SpongeBob is about to start painting the wall. There are a few time cards going on, but then so much time passes that the time cards run out. We see that Patrick was the one operating the time cards on screen, and then he tells SpongeBob to hurry up because he doesn't have any more time cards to use. SpongeBob and Patrick aren't the only two characters who know they're a part of a cartoon, it expands to a ton of others. Squidward is constantly asking why every 11 minutes of his life has to be so painful, referring to the fact that the average episode of the show is 11 minutes.
Buzz, 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 buzz.
He took off his pants.
I'll give him a week.
I'll give him 11 minutes.
In the episode Whirly Brains, Squidward tells the audience that aliens are coming, and he literally yells saying, "You're next." This sort of stuff happens with other characters, but you get the idea. In the end, SpongeBob and other residents of Bikini Bottom probably know they're being filmed or they're actually cartoon characters. I would count these as simple gags and just fourth wall breaks, but I don't know. The fact that SpongeBob actually saw the narrator in No Free Rides is definitely something to note. Of course I could be wrong with all this and they were all just fourth wall breaks for fun, but I made this theory because it can change the way of watching the show. Anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.